full disclaimer for this video. 1, it's bright outside. 2, this video became more about ice than tern egg hunting. So fair warning, it's mostly just me playing with ice, and there will probably be more videos like that in the future. So enjoy watching a video about ice and the Kvichak River. So we got to go on a boat ride on the Kvichak River. It was really awesome. And we were looking for eggs, tern eggs, that look like this, on beaches that look like this. Yeah. It was really fun. Also, Candlestick Ice became a very big thing for us this spring, so there's even an ode to it at the end of this video. The hardest thing in actually doing this video is keeping it simple. I want to talk about just such a long list of amazing things that happen in, float on, and rely on the Kvichak River. It's genuinely a task just simplifying this video. However, this video is going to cover just one of the adventure days that we got to have on the river and a little bit of tidbits of information that just clarify what's happening. And then other tidbits about the river will just trickle their way into other videos if I don't do one just on the river itself. I hope you enjoy the adventure day on the river. The end of May on the Kvichak River is just full of incredible, fleeting moments. The river ice breaks up and floats away, and then this year, like, a major wind hit, and then huge waves on the lake broke up the lake ice, and then it began to flow downstream. And the lake ice ended up forming a dam on the river, and the river rose 2 feet in a very short amount of time. And then just the next morning, the dam was gone, and the ice continued on its journey. And then we were able to adventure on the river. The ice was gone and the water was clear and beautiful, and we were invited to go subsistence egg hunting. It was an extremely fun event to do with one of the local families, and we were very thrilled to be invited to do so. This portion of the river actually has what's called the RivGen project. I highly recommend looking into it. It's a really cool project, and I will put links in the description down below. The gulls and terns lay their eggs on rock islands that are scattered down the rivers, around the lakes, and down the coastline. It's a way for ground-laying birds to keep their eggs safer from land-based predators. One of the subsistence tidbits I learned from conversations with locals is these birds lay nests of 3. So if there's 1 egg, you leave it. If there are 2 eggs, you can take 1. If there are 3, leave them because they're done laying and you never know how long they've been laid. The bird's goal is 3, so if they had 2 and go back to 1, they'll go, oh, I guess I need 2 more. And I just love that this subsistence rule is very similar to partial plant harvests. Like, on plants, you don't take more than 1/3 of the plant if you want to ensure that it can still grow and produce for a continual or a repeated harvest. So I just love that the rule of thirds also applies here.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Hey, there's some...
Isn't that just amazing? I love it. So pretty. Oh yeah, look at these ones.
The Candlestick Ice was so plentiful and distracting at the first stop that I didn't do much egg searching, but I think the rise in water that put the ice chunks up on the shore may have deterred or delayed some of the egg layers themselves from laying in their common harvest spots. But I'm easily entertained and distracted by nature, so not finding eggs was definitely not an end all for me. So we loaded up and headed towards the next island stop. While I was distracted by ice again, the first egg was spotted. And to remind you of the egg rules, here they are. So, the rules that we heard on eggs is there's going to be 3 total. So, if there's 1, you don't take it. If there's 2, you can take 1. If there's 3, you don't take any because you don't know how long the 3 have been there. So, we found 1 and we just looked at it and left it. Can you spot this egg in these rocks? I'll give you another few moments before I circle it. Any luck? Here it is. How incredible is that? I'm just so blown away by these eggs and how intriguing their texture and coloring, and just the fact that they're laid on bare rock. The next egg that we found was a little bit more nest-like, but I'm gonna see if you can find this one as well before I keep zooming in on it. This one was also greener than the last one, which I thought was really intriguing, that there was a color variance to the eggs as well. It's just so cool. Thankfully, we weren't relying on these eggs to be part of our diet because we did only find the 2, but we were lucky enough that we also were taken to the old village, and the old village is full of sadness and stories and history, and I will probably have to make a separate video to really explain some of the stories from there and hopefully be able to get a local perspective on it as well versus my own visiting perspective. But this river was such an extraordinary adventure, and I'm very, very grateful that we were able to experience this. We saw 2 moose this day from the river, and just the scenery alone in Alaska is enough to just keep you preoccupied. So I hope you'll enjoy just some of these longer video sections that I just left in of just the river itself, because it is an extraordinary place. Well, I think it's time for me to wind down this video. I hope you enjoyed this glimpse of the Kvichak River and a little bit of knowledge about tern eggs and gull eggs. Stay inspired, everybody.
Isn't that just amazing? This is really so pretty.